Welcome back, everybody, to Waadaplaya Concussion Sub Series. Another set of teams preparing for IPL auctions. This is the defending champions, the Mumbai Sultans, and Vishak's number one choice, Mumbai Indians. Akash and Vishak, welcome back. And Vishak, why don't we start with you, given that you're a supporter of Mumbai Indians? So, what do you
Former
think?
supporter, Suman. Sorry, I am currently RCB supporter. So it was a former supporter of Mumbai Indians. Maybe this is my second choice team.
Okay, a lot of disclaimers Vishak is throwing. So, why don't we talk about the four retentions?
Yeah,
Pollard, Rohit, and Bumrah.
I think they've got four definite match winners in the team, and I think these four players, if they had gone into the auction, definitely these four together, if they have got, they would have got gone for around 655 to 60 crores. They have got players worth 55 to 60 crores with just 42 crores. So I think these are all four match winners who can win their match on their own. Rohit is a proven captain. He has won five titles, and on his day, we know how destructive he is as a batsman. Bumrah, we know his class. He is the number one T20 bowler in the country, and even I would say arguably the number one T20 bowler across the world, number one pacer. Suryakumar Yadav, I think that is one thing they would have deliberated a little bit because Suryakumar Yadav or Ishan. Because Ishan Kishan gives you is younger, is around 23, whereas Suryakumar Yadav is around 31. And Ishan Kishan also gives you that wicket keeping option, and you don't have to go. So if you are retained Ishan Kishan, you don't have to go searching for a wicket keeper in the auction. So that is one thing they would have thought a lot. But I think they went for a more reliable batsman in Suryakumar Yadav, and Kieron Pollard has been a match winner for them and a vice captain as well for them. And he has captained the Mumbai Indians whenever Rohit is not there. I think and Kieron Pollard at 6 crores definitely is a steal for me. And they have a and they were spoiled for choices in the auction. They had already a very good team, and I think this is one team, if you are given a choice, would want to retain their entire squad. So it was that good a team they had built. So they were spoiled for choices. They went for the four best options they could, and I think they have done a very good job in retaining the four players. I think they have built their core, and they will try to build a team around this. I think this Mumbai Indians and CSK. These are the two teams who are known for retaining their core whenever you go into any of the auctions. They know how to build a team, and they perfectly do it.
Akash, for a second choice team, that's some summary. Great passion for Vishak. What do you think?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, he tells us that he is not a Mumbai Indians fan, but somewhere down his heart, maybe he still reads Sachin Tendulkar, so he might definitely support Mumbai if not RCB.
That's great. That's seriously great summary, Vishak. So buybacks, Akash. Will they look for Ishan Kishan and probably Kurunal Pandya?
Ronald Pandya, I think is little difficult. Probably he might go back to his brother in Ahmedabad, but I think Ishan Kishan is definitely on their mind. They've made it pretty obvious as well. There are tweets everywhere that they either want Ishan Kishan or Iyer to come back to them. Iyer being a Mumbai boy for that matter, but it's not going to be easy, as I mentioned for even KKR as well. Ishan Kishan somewhere at 10 to 12 crores at least will mean that you will not be able to get any other players at that level. You'll have to adjust with that. But there is one good thing about Mumbai and teams like Mumbai and CSK. The loyalty is mutual between both the franchise as well as the players. They always go back to the same players, and the players also want to be retained with them. Even if you look at how Vishak mentioned, Rohit, Bumrah, Sky, and Pollard at 42 is definitely a steal. It means that they want to stay with the franchise. That's their brand value. So definitely players would want to go back to Mumbai, and Mumbai would want to get back somebody like Nishan Kishan back. They might also target somebody like Anukul Sudhakar Roy, guys like that, who have been part of the Mumbai Pulton setup. So that will be their first primary target. And of course, they're known for having two different overseas fast bowlers every 3 years. So probably this time around they might look at somebody like a Rabada. You can easily get him at around 8 to 9 crores, I think. These two players, Ishan Kishan and Rabada, I think are what's up they'll be targeting this year.
Mm. And Vishak, what about opening batters? They usually go with left-handers. If you see Alvin Lewis, QDK, etc. So somebody like a Dhawan, does he have a chance to go back, or maybe Devdutt Padikkal?
I think they might go for a low key. They go for Ishan Kishan. I think he could perfectly fit the bill of the opening batter because at the opening spot, you know how destructive he is. In the 2020 season, when he opened the batting, we all saw how destructive he was. He was the highest six hitter in the competition as well. So I think if they get Ishan Kishan, that obviously being a left-hander, I think it solves the bill. But Dhawan and Rohit Sharma, again, as you mentioned, right, it could be a very destructive combination, the Indian ODI combination, and you never know, like it could be a lethal combination. But I think Dhawan will not come at a lower price. You will have to shell out around 7 to 8 crores for him. And knowing them, as Akash mentioned, they'll go for two foreign bowlers at least. One being a very high-profile fast bowler, and another a little lower profile one. So if they, and I think they might look to retain Trent Boult, or if they don't get Trent Boult, they might go for somebody like a Ravada, as Akash mentioned. So if they have to get a high-profile fast bowler, they have to spend around 7 to 8 crores minimum there. So I think getting someone like a Shikhar Dhawan would be difficult, considering they might go for Ishan Kishan and Rabada or Boult.
They definitely are in a need for a keeping option, and I'm sure they will push for Ishan Kishan as much as possible. Even if he goes for 15, 16 crores, they will pick him because he's worth it. And even a bunch of people talking on Twitter, Kishan probably will be the highest paid possible option, especially out of the pool this year. What else? What else will Mumbai look for, knowing their strategy? The scout Parthiv Patel, will he look for any under 19s or any of the youngsters?
Uncapped and under 19s are a given for Mumbai. They groom players. That's how they built the Pandya brothers, and that's how they built Bumrah and others. So that's a given. But I think the dark horses this time around for Mumbai might be, if they fail to get Ishan Kishan, they might try and get somebody like a Nicholas Puran. He might be a good destructive batsman at number 3 for them if they want somebody like a keeper option, but he's also a destructive option. I think Nicholas Puran will do well in that terms. Other one I think will be Shivam Dube. They might want the Mumbai boy back at their place and maybe play at number 6. We have known the Pandya brothers being groomed by Pollard and how much they've changed. Their lives have changed after being part of Mumbai and being under the shades of Pollard. So you never know. Shivam Dube might develop his game. He might up the ante there once he goes back to Mumbai.
Mumbai Indians, they either go for Australia, South Africa, or West Indies players. They don't look beyond these 3 countries because these and even if they go for Australian players, they go for somebody who is a low profile, who doesn't play Test cricket or something. Because England and Australia are the teams where they might have a clash with IPL, where their international commitments might clash there. So Mumbai Indians are pretty smart in actually picking their overseas players. They always pick players who are available for the full season. So that's where they go. They pick this. They always go for the safer options. Somebody like the South Africans who are generally available. If you see, they even go for some New Zealand players, but then they usually never go for South England or Australia players. They've picked somebody like a Nathan Coulter-Nile in the past, but he doesn't play regularly, right? So these are the kind of players they might go if they go for an Australian player, but not somebody who's a regular.
Well, they're known to be picking players from RCB. Whoever RCB goes for, they definitely try and intervene in there and try and get them. Even the players from RCB, for that matter, you never know. They might target somebody like a Chahal or a Shahbaz Ahmed or even DDP for that matter. So let's see how it goes. That will be a bold prediction. They'll definitely go for RCB players.
If they, as Akash mentioned, if they don't get somebody like an Ishan Kishan, right, they might go for a DDP and Nicholas Puran at number 3. Because Ishan Kishan, if he goes for around 15 crores or something like that, I don't think they will go hard at him. So much at him, because they know they still have to build a team because they have a purse of only 48 crores. So maximum, I think they will have around 11 or 12 crores for him. So DDP, I don't think will go for that much. I think he might even still come with around 8 to 10 crores bracket. And if you can get somebody like a Nicholas Puran at 4 crores, is West Indies captain being there, and under Mumbai Indians leadership, I think Nicholas Puran can definitely blossom.
Last call, Arjun Tendulkar. Any chance of buying him back?
Well, that's a difficult one. They did it at the last moment in the previous auction. They might do it again. But there's nothing which suggests at the moment that he is ready for any kind of international or IPL level of game. But you never know.
Nisha?
Never know, because I don't think he'll be one of the first choices. if they have around 20 lakhs or 30 lakhs left and they need one player, maybe they'll just. That's the thing. I don't think he'll be one of their first choices. Or maybe just keep him, try to groom him, and see how he goes. That could be one of the things. Maybe because of the Tendulkar loyalty factor, they might just pick him at the last.
Mumbai Indians. So there it is, another strategy outlined by Vishak and Akash of what a team should do on an auction table. Fantastic insights. Thanks for watching. And while you're at it, you can also follow the rest of the 9 teams preview as well for the auctions. We will be live both days on the auction, taking you through every single thing which is happening. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook. Drop us a comment of what you think, and subscribe to us on subscribe to us on WhatsApp and YouTube as well. Thanks for watching, Vishak, Akash. Really appreciate your time, and see you on the next side of the another episode.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.